Welcome to Ultimate Playlist. I'm Matt. That's Briggs. Is he to the left of me? And this is a show. I think
Looks
you
good
are
to
today.
me.
We have a different format today, a different view. But Matt Briggs and we are Ultimate Playlist is a show where we put together the top 10 songs around a theme to create its Ultimate Playlist. Each one of us contributing our top 5. And today's theme is a little bit different. We are doing the Ultimate Worst Music Videos Playlist. I think is how I'm saying it.
Oh, okay. I went with I was thinking more cheesy than worst,
Oh,
and I feel
cheesy's
like
better.
there's a distinction there in my brain, anyways. But because
Uh,
there's a lot of just bad stuff, but then there's stuff that's also cheesy. You can be good and cheesy, bad and cheesy, bad separate from cheesy. There's a lot of options, but there's a lot of cheesy music videos.
a lot of them. Yeah.
And for me, many of them came from what I would consider the golden era.
Yes.
Golden age of music videos, the 80s, and there's a certain amount of cheapness and cheesiness in some of those videos that is delectable.
For sure. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna do it a little bit different this time. We're actually gonna show parts of the videos. If you are listening at home on a podcast and it's not video, you're just gonna hear the full songs. But we are, if you're watching it live, you'll see the like part of the video. We're gonna play that. And actually, I would recommend watching it either on X or on YouTube or something, even if you don't catch it live, because these videos are ridiculous and they're very fun. And we both said this before we started. This was a very fun episode to go back and watch these goddamn things. So
Yeah, absolutely.
why don't we go to your number 5? You ready, Briggs?
Sure. Yeah, my number 5 is "Looks That Kill" by Motley Crüe.
So
Yep.
oh, that was such a ridiculous one. It's a
Yeah.
badass song though. Like
I know it's a pretty good Motley Crue song. I like that one. Early Motley Crue is pretty rockin'. It's more on like
yeah,
the punk rock side of hair metal than the glam
the
side, which
glam
they
side
moved more into. I mean, they wear a lot of makeup, obviously,
for sure.
but it's not if this is 1983. This charted. This was a hit, number 54 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yep.
Their introduction to MTV. I think this is their first video, and
Yeah,
it
seems
is pretty ridiculous. It starts off with them, the band with torches chasing around a bunch of women, and then like
yes.
locking them in like a corral or a cage or whatever. And then like the warrior queen comes out, and then they have, I guess, a battle.
Yeah, they do.
All while they're rocking, and they definitely don't look cool. The only one who looks kind of cool is Mick Mars, and just because he's such a freak.
He
But
is.
yeah, I mean, it's so much cheese. Like they all try to do like a monster face and whatnot, like a
Very
la
Kiss.
Ozzy. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Kiss, Ozzy, all of this, and they weren't tons of makeup too.
Tons.
But like, I mean, the overall aesthetic is pretty good. It's kind of post-apocalyptic, but it's just so funny that it's Motley Crue corralling a whole bunch of women in like a cage. It's so on brand for
It's so
them.
on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had to grab the that end kind of battle scene almost. Like
Yeah.
that to me was the part that really stuck out.
Oh yeah, and that room with the spikes or whatever
Yes.
that they're in. I don't know what that it's about. It's kind of some like Land of the Lost level
Yeah.
technology and effects. This one just screams cheese to me.
Totally does. And you do get a lot of this in the 80s where
Yep.
it's like the beginning of some computer graphics. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, even you'll see in the ones that I've chosen too, that they certainly don't hold up. But there were others that were early effects from more like avant-garde type of musicians and artists who they do hold up, and they're, even though it's like older stuff,
Yeah.
it still kind of works, and we'll talk about that too. But
Yeah. Some of it I think
yeah.
is intention, you know. Like if
Yeah,
you're trying to be cool versus trying to make something weird, you know, that you can kind of end on either side of the cheese meter.
for sure. Yeah. All right, I have some questions for you, but I think I'm gonna wait a couple songs before I get into that.
Okay.
Should we? Are you any more about that? Or you want to move on to my number 5?
No, let's move on. I don't know how much more can be said about Looks That Kill.
Well, number 5 is "Party All the Time" by Eddie Murphy. No, that's the wrong one. So we'll get to that after.
I was gonna say.
Sorry about that. Oh, did I get that wrong? Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, here it
Party
is.
All the Time.
Yeah, I got it.
I wish you'd bring some of your love home to me. But my girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time.
She likes to party all the time.
You gotta get in here, Rick. Gotta get in here. Yeah, there he is, baby.
Ooh.
Just vamp. I'm getting ready. All right. So this is "Party All the Time," of course, from Eddie Murphy's debut album in 1985. How could it be, Briggs? And this song, "Party All the Time," went to number 2 on the charts. It's like
It's crazy.
it's crazy. It's so I have like mixed feelings about this song, and I listened
Yeah.
to this album today because I'm like, I wonder.
The whole album.
I did, yeah. I'm like, I wonder what, because I wondered if he had another hit or, what happened.
Right.
Because he didn't do any music after this, I don't think. He just went back to his comedy.
Yeah, I think so.
And the album did well. I think it went platinum and sold well, probably based on his like
Well, he's such a mega star.
ridiculous stardom at this time in 1985, right?
Yeah.
But like I tried to pick songs that were good, but the videos were really cheesy or really bad.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And even if there's some cheesy songs that I picked, I still kind of like them.
Yeah, okay.
This one's a little bit of the anomaly on that.
Yeah.
It's an all right. So it's like
It's an earworm, dude. It's an earworm. This will get
earworm
stuck
for
in your
sure.
head.
But after listening to, because I don't think I ever really listened to it critically before. After listening to it, I'm really surprised how bad it is, and I'm
Yeah.
really surprised how bad the album is.
Yeah. I'm
He
not.
is. I'm surprised. Well, you got Rick James on this one. And,
Yeah.
He makes some good hooks. But
Agreed. But I think they're probably just fully coked out, just blasting this out.
coked out. And Eddie, the thing that I didn't remember, and I'm surprised at, is it's such a lukewarm performance. He's like not into it at all.
Right.
The
right.
video he's not even really into.
Yeah.
The song, when he performs the song, if you listen to just the audio, not really into. He's not emotive. And he's super out of tune all over every single song. So they bring
Really?
him way down in the mix, dude. Like
Oh.
way down.
Interesting. I never listened to this whole album. I've heard this song, and this video was on my short list also. Because man, just Rick James's hair is hilarious. Rick James is hilarious. I mean, especially now in like, post Dave Chappelle skits, like it's just tough to take Rick James seriously, even though he had a lot of good like hooks and hits. And
For
I
sure.
got nothing against him musically, but he's a ridiculous persona.
He is ridiculous, and he totally hams it up here too. He's
Yeah,
like
of course.
throwing papers in the
Uh-huh,
air
uh-huh.
and like so into it.
Yeah.
Because what we're missing, I only showed like about a minute of this or so, but there's all these studio shots. It's like,
Yeah.
though actually I don't know that it played, but in the beginning of the clip that I showed, it's actually showing the mixing engineer. And it's like,
Oh,
is
yeah,
is that compelling?
I don't know, maybe the nerds. I like the studio shots just because it's
So
cool
funny.
to see that stuff. But yeah, it seems like an odd choice.
Very
or
odd choice.
inexpensive choice. Maybe they were already there, so they're
Yeah.
just like, screw it, let's just do it.
That's a good point because you'd think this would be I thought that there was a bar video or something that he was in, like dancing with people, but I guess I mistook. I
Huh.
remember I'm mixing it up with a different
He
video
might
or something.
appear. He might appear in someone else's video. You know what I
I
mean?
think that could be it. Yeah.
Because he was everywhere in the 80s, and he did so much stuff that was huge.
And I think that would have been more appropriate if it was a
Right.
party all the time. You're in some sort of bar. You're in
Yeah,
some
why are
clubs
you
or
in the
whatever.
studio?
Why are you
dude?
in the
I mean,
studio?
those guys are partying in the studio for sure.
Absolutely.
But it's not a party to the people.
No, it is not.
This is a cultural touchdown.
For sure. But yeah, listen to I mean, I was floored at how bad the album is. Like, listen to he does a cover, a Stevie Wonder song. He does I Do.
Ugh.
Super intonation issues. He cannot sing it in tune. It's so bad. But it's the worst part is he's not emotive. It's like he doesn't know what to do. He's so charismatic on screen.
Right.
And if he's doing jokey songs on screen, whether it's Saturday Night Live or
Right, or his impersonations of whoever, like, yeah.
But for some reason, when it's his own music, he doesn't know who to be, and so he's insecure and he doesn't emote. And it's the rare occurrence you're going to see Eddie Murphy insecure, not comfortable in his own skin, and not performing very well because, that's
Well, I mean, didn't he do this album at least in part as a response to a bet, like with Richard Pryor? Bet him $100,000 that he couldn't make like a just music album with no jokes or whatever.
So it does say it in the liner notes. Liner notes. It says, something about that. I don't know if it actually was a bet. I didn't catch the story, but that's in the notes.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Richard Pryor bet him $100,000, and in the album's liner note, he references it right to
Yeah, that's
Richard
right.
Pryor, my idol, with whom I have $100,000 bet. No, motherfucker, I didn't forget.
So good.
The best quote though is when interviewed in 1987 about the album. My album could have been much better, but it came out okay.
Yeah, it could have been much better. That is true.
Sure.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so that's my number 5, Party All the Time.
It's a good one.
Classic. So should we move on to your number 4?
Sure. My number 4 is Friday by Rebecca Black.
Birthday today, yeah, it's Friday. We so excited. We gonna have a ball today. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday comes afterwards. I don't want this weekend to end.
Here it goes.
So chillin' in the front side, in the backseat, I'm driving, cruising, fast lane, switching lanes with a car by my side. Passing by is a school bus in front of me. Makes tick tock, wanna stream. Check my time, it's Friday, it's a weekend, we gonna have fun. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that I was very confused that you picked.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, it's got a lot of cheesiness to it, I feel
Oh my
like.
God,
I mean, do you remember this song? This was
Yes.
everywhere in 2011, right when it came out. I wanted to try to include at least something relatively recent. Most of my stuff was from the 80s.
Yeah.
But I just think this is so cheesy. I kind of feel a little bad like punching down on Rebecca Black because she was a kid.
She was a kid.
I mean, her mom paid these guys like $4,000 to make this song in the video or whatever. And it's like her and her friends,
Right.
but it just got so big, so
big.
quick. And I think she ended up coming out on top. I think she dealt with the haters and everything else, but
Absolutely.
man, this thing is cheesy. The song is cheesy. The
So
video's
rough.
cheesy. I mean, it's not good, but it's another one that's super catchy. It'll get stuck in your head. At least it gets stuck in mine.
It
yeah.
suffers from that Black Eyed Peas situation where she just like describes the scenario.
Yeah,
Thursday comes, then there's
Yeah,
Friday,
yep.
and then after that
Yeah.
there's Saturday.
Saturday, and then Sunday comes
I
afterwards.
think Sunday happens
Yeah,
afterwards.
She describes breakfast in the song. Got to get my bowl, got to get my cereal.
Cereal. Yeah, I think
It's so shitty. I mean, it's so low rent, and like I think her mom just was just trying. They were trying to make like a fun thing for them and
it's
their friends.
cool if you're like 13 or something to make a
She
music
was.
video. Yeah, right.
So you know what I mean? And I guess her mom was kind of like, come on, guys, really? Is this the lyrics? Like, what's the deal here?
Right.
And Rebecca Black was like, yeah, man,
It's my art.
sung it. She's like, I sung it how they wrote it. Like, what do you want me to do? So it got all kinds of hate slung everywhere.
Yes.
But I don't know. There's something a little charming about it. I feel like, if you think about it from her perspective, divorced from the media shitstorm that happened afterwards, it's got all those elements of cheapness that I
Yes.
appreciate on a kitsch
Yes.
or a camp level,
But done like pretty well. I mean, besides the part that I played, which is kind of that animation, the
Yeah,
stroke out section. But the rest of
Super
it is
cheesy.
like filmed well. Like it's filmed pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's also by 2011 you could get an inexpensive camera that looks pretty good. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
not like in the 80s where like everything was shot on like harsh video because it was
Yeah.
cheaper, and then
Yeah.
like you can see everything on those. They just look they're really harsh, and it doesn't do anyone any favors.
No, it does not. No.
But like I mean, by 2011 you can get like decent cameras, right, and make anything even on a budget stuff that just looks better. But not that this is good. I mean, it's just dumb. And they just reenact the inane lyrics
Yeah, right.
in the video. It's
I didn't
pretty straight down the middle.
I didn't remember the rapper in the original, but I might have just never gotten that far in the video. Was he in it?
Probably. Oh yeah, he's one of the writers of the song.
That's funny.
What's his name?
He put himself on that. That's so
Patrice
funny.
Wilson, I think. Yeah.
I don't know that I would do that. Like, I'm going to be on this high school kids. Like,
I mean, yeah,
music
it's
project.
pretty cringy. It's pretty weird. I think he would have been better off not being in the video, at least,
Not
even if he
being
does
there.
the rap, right? Because he's the producer. It's a little weird.
That's a little weird.
But I mean, this is one of those things that is, kind of the beauty of the internet. Like, it wasn't going to go anywhere. It had, they put it out, and then the guy from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
He blogged about it or whatever, and then Tosh.0, if you remember that show on Comedy Central, they both pumped it up, and then it went fully viral, and it's got hundreds of millions of views, and there's all this like legal controversy because I don't think any of those people expect, obviously they didn't expect it to be this successful, but it was just one of those viral cultural moments that I appreciate the cheesiness of.
I appreciate.
I definitely don't think it's a
cheesiness.
good song, but it
No.
definitely has gotten stuck in my head many times and probably will again.
Yeah, I hope that does not happen to me because
I hope
because
so, too.
it's a lethal one because it's a loop,
It is.
it's a loop too, so it can
Yep.
just keep going forever.
And it happens every week. There's a Friday, Matt.
That's true. If I think about it, you're exactly right. Maybe I told you this before. I don't know. I know I've said this on air before, but when I used to get migraines all the time, right? And how my head would express the migraine to me is make beats. It would loop beats, and they would be so loud in my head, and it was just absolute torture. And so this could be that torture moment for me. If I ever have a migraine again, maybe I'll be haunted by Miss Black.
I hope not.
I hope not. All right. Well, I guess that explains that. So I chose. Yeah, that was your only one that I thought was like a little bit of an anomaly, I would say. But maybe that makes sense
it's definitely different from all of the other ones that I picked for sure.
Yes.
But I don't know. I wanted to try to include something at least kind of modern. It's like almost 15 years old at this point, but still, from the 2000s, not just the 1980s.
Got it.
There's so much stuff to pick, at a
So
certain
much.
point, But yeah, one of these songs is not like the others in my list. It is Friday, but
Got it. All right. Well, let's move on to my number 4. And I already added it to the stage before, so it's not going to be a surprise to anybody. But this is You Spin Me Round.
I got to be your friend now, baby. And I would like to move in just a little bit closer. All I know is that's me. You look like you're lots of fun. Open up your loving arms. Watch us, here I come. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round,
I can't help myself. Like, I really like that song, Briggs. Like, that song is a
I
good
do
song
like
to
that
me.
song a lot. Agreed. It's got so much 80s in it. I love that song too.
Yeah, it's got so much 80s in it, and the entire video is actually hysterical. With the spot, I wanted to show the fingernails, so that's why I started towards
Fingernails
that.
is hilarious.
But the whole thing is hilarious too. I think the first chorus is the band getting wrapped up in like this big thing of tape, like from a tape player or something.
I guess so. I mean, any kind of spinning around or round metaphors, I guess they're just working it in.
They're just trying to work it in.
I don't understand the nails though. It's kind of crazy looking.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't get what they were doing with that. But anyway, so You Spin Me Round, Dead or Alive, 1984, hit number 11 on the Hot 100. It was really, it's their second album, Youthquake. It's really their only hit. They did have something else hit, I think 39. So, you could consider it like a top 40 hit, but I had no recollection of that song. And yeah, I mean, it was this, and then that was it. Like that, I think they did an album after that. The lead singer, I think he got into some battles because, so this song was actually written by a few people who wrote like Bananarama, Kylie Minogue, Rick Astley, that type of stuff. It's
so they were hit makers.
They were hit makers. It's the Scott Aiken Waterman team. These three guys who wrote songs for a bunch of artists, but the lead singer's like, I want to write my own songs in the third album, and the record company was like fighting him about it, and they're not very good. Like, he's not a very good writer, so then it just kind of collapsed. Peter Burns is his name. I mean, it's been everywhere too. It's like in the zeitgeist. I think it feels like a bigger hit than it was. I mean, 11's pretty good, but because of the movies that it's been in, and just we hear it
but
all
it's
the time.
endured. It's endured in the zeitgeist for sure. Like it's in commercials. It's in all kinds of shit.
Yeah, and I think it's a great song. Honestly, it's super catchy.
Absolutely. Yep.
He doesn't have a very good voice. Pete Burns' voice is not very good, and so because I was listening through kind of the discography today, and I'm like, his voice doesn't work with much else. It kind of works in a dance thing, and like, he can't really. He's not going to do a ballad. He doesn't have a strong enough voice to do most things. Yeah.
It certainly works in this context, though. Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's kind of just delivering it pretty flat affect. But it works for this song.
Totally works for this song, and I think it's a great one. So
yeah, absolutely. That video is weird.
It is a weird one
with the nails and the what they do it. Vishnu, they're doing like some Vishnu stuff, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, they're like, because the production cost wasn't very high, obviously.
Sure.
Because all you really needed is some big rolls of like ribbon or tape,
sure,
and some costumes. And, it was a pretty blank screen back there. So like, okay, what can we do next to evoke what we want to evoke?
Yeah, right.
Well, like, everybody get behind me and do arms. Let's do arms.
Let's do the arms. Okay, who's got long nails?
Jeez, those are not real. They can't be real.
You never know. I doubt they're real, but they could be.
Yeah, there's no way. All right, so that's my number 4. Should we move on to your number 3?
Yes, my number 3 is Holy Diver by Dio.
Ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get away, holy diver. That shiny diamonds, like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something is coming for you. Look out! Race for the morning. You can hide in the sun till you see the light. Oh, we will pray it's alright. Gotta get away. Get away.
How badass is that song, though?
It's pretty awesome. I mean, first and foremost, Dio rules. And,
He rules.
I do really like this video also, but it's so cheesy.
So cheesy.
But he's such a good singer, and he's so into it. Like, his earnestness carries through. Like, it was probably really fun to make this. This is like
best.
It's like a teenage boy fantasy. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
Teenage boys probably thought this was the shit when it came out.
It's the best when they love it, like when they're so into it, and
totally.
it's so cheesy. It's totally
It's
the
like
best.
super like Dungeons and Dragons, like what I don't even understand how his sword for some reason turns people into rats.
I think that's right.
And yeah, I think so too. And then there's the shadow figure in front of the lava. And then Dio in front of fire, and then more battle scenes. It's pretty great. It's
I like
it's very watchable.
I like how everything is so ornate. The costumes,
Yeah.
even the setting, everything is so ornate. Except they're like, "Oh, we ran out of budget for a bad guy. Let's just put a silhouette." up there and
Yeah,
call it good."
exactly. And then they have later on, they have some like, I don't know, druid or cleric type
Yes.
figures, and then one looks up that's got like a head.
Yeah,
It's yeah, there's the blacksmith who makes him the sword. Lots of fire and lava and shadowy figures.
it's a whole
It's
story.
pretty great.
Pretty
Yeah.
great.
I mean, obviously Holy Diver is like the quintessential
Yeah.
Dio song. And it wasn't a big charting hit. It went to number 40 on the mainstream rock charts. Obviously the title track from their first album, Holy Diver.
Yep.
Their best work, one of Dio's masterworks. Dio's pretty great, and
He's great.
in fine form here, of course.
Fine form.
And it's got all the Dio stuff, ride the tiger, dude. Come on, that's the lyric. It's
Yes.
great. It's really great. But yeah, he's described in the video as being a hairy barbarian adventuring through a desolate church.
Seems
It's
about
pretty
right.
accurate.
A
Yeah.
desolate church.
Yeah. Apparently they filmed it in the St. Mark's Church in East London, which had recently like burned down or whatever. I guess
Oh,
they
interesting.
made it into a music venue since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he turns some people into rats, meets the blacksmith,
Yep. Got
gets a new sword, more fighting, the cat people, the lava. It's pretty
so
awesome.
much going on. I
Yeah.
mean, they spent some money on the video.
They definitely spent a non-zero amount of money on the video.
So
It looks like decently expensive, but not like crazy levels.
if they told, okay, let's say in today's dollars, if you told me, Matt, that cost $100,000, I actually would be
I
like,
believe that.
seems about right.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So I mean, that's no
That's
joke.
not no money. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is some production value to this.
Yeah.
But there's so much cheese as well.
So much cheese. It's
My
like,
favorite part is the shadow figure in front of the lava. It's just so awesome.
It's pretty ridiculous. It's some silhouette cutout.
It's great. With like a one clawed thing and creepy eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Cat. Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, Dio, Holy Diver.
There it is. Shall we move
Yeah.
on to my number 3?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's the total Eclipse of the Heart.
Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. Living in a party gang and get off spot. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight.
I mean, continuing the theme, it's another song I
Wow.
love.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean-
honestly, excellent choice. I totally forgot about that video, and that is something else.
I mean, you could sort of parallel it to the Dio one, where it's
Yeah.
it's a different setting,
Yeah.
but it's kind of the same vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just way over the top
Yeah.
with the most ridiculous people hanging out. You got Bonnie Tyler
Yep.
wandering through this dark mansion. It's very mysterious. There's ghostly figures. There's dancing ninjas, dude.
Yeah.
And then there's these
Wild.
like demonic choir boys with glowing eyes, and one of them just shoots towards the camera. It's like he's on
What?
ropes. And the whole time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they've got at the beginning. I wanted to start. I picked this section for a reason, and that's because there's also this like night when he's like taking off his mask and he's got water pouring down his
Yeah.
face, and
Right.
for no
Well,
reason.
I don't
He's been
understand
dunked.
that. Yeah. I don't know why that's like that.
It is so awesome. I mean, I love her. Like I love her. She's Rod Stewart's, female Rod Stewart, amazing voice,
Right.
so much character. And, there's a few of them. We recently, or I don't know, a couple months ago, we talked about what was the I Need a Hero. That does not hold up.
No, this one
Holds up.
Holds up much better for sure.
And then she's also got that song Heartache. It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache. You know that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
So good. Anyway, I can listen to Bonnie Tyler. And I love this song. It's great.
Yeah,
but
it's a good one.
the
Video's crazy.
It was directed by, who's the guy's name? Russell Mulcahy, who did is this the one? Oh yeah, he did Highlander, the movie.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
He did Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Okay.
He did The Shadow, which was that Alec Baldwin superhero movie.
I forgot about that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he did a few other things, but it seems like right up his alley to do this video.
Yeah. It seems like it. All the kids have bright eyes. Is that the deal? Why their eyes are glowing blue?
It looks like. Oh yeah, that's got to be.
Isn't that what she
said?
says? So I turn around, bright eyes. Yeah, I know, it's creepy. It looks like they're about to shoot some laser beams out.
Right.
I was waiting for it.
Cut her to pieces with the laser eyes.
Yeah, it might happen.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that video. That is a great choice, Matt.
Thank you very much. So anyway, Total Eclipse of the Heart hit number 1. It's off her album Faster Than the Speed of Night, her 5th album. And yeah, I mean, she had a really good career, but only like maybe 5 or 6 hits that kind of endured, but a good career. Welsh born.
Yep.
I just didn't know that she's good with the accent. You can't tell that she's not American when she sings, in my mind. But
right. I mean, that's pretty common. I think people sing
common.
differently than they speak.
Yeah. And the song, not written by her, written by is it Jim Steinman? Yeah, Jim Steinman, who used to work, who before he died, he worked with Meatloaf. That's
okay. Oh, that makes sense.
And it's a very operatic, like
theatrical.
Song. Yeah. So that's my number 3. Totally
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Shall we go on to your number 2?
Yeah, my number 2 is "Separate Ways, Worlds Apart" by Journey.
Just phenomenal.
Yeah, that video is something else. I mean, you can't deny Journey's hooks. Like them or hate them, everyone at least kind of likes them.
Song it rules. That song rules.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song. Not my favorite Journey song, but it's a pretty good one.
I love it.
Yeah, it is good. This is a big hit for them, number 8 on the Hot 100. Journey is a mega band with mega hits that are totally and fully embedded in pop culture, and you can't escape them. And apparently this video, they can't escape. They still to this day, they get shit for it. It's so cheesy. I don't think they wanted to do it. This is their first like narrative video or choreographed video. I think they would used to just like cut together live shot. Yeah, exactly. And then edit it down. And I don't think they wanted to do it. Steve Perry, what did he say? He was very opposed to making a choreographed video. He'd always say, we're performers, we're entertainers, but we're not actors. Right. And we were not a very photogenic band.
No, that is true. Who is the Home Depot guy playing drums? You see he's like in a smock or something.
I mean, this is still pretty early on, right? So I think people weren't fully aware of how the video component of music would affect, the future of performers.
Jeez.
there were fewer and fewer ugly bands after MTV came out, you know.
That is for sure. I love the like. Why is the guy playing the keyboard up against the wall? I
Yep,
don't-
that's the funniest thing. I guess he gets shit from that. Still, he was saying, the keyboard player was saying, Jonathan Cain, he was saying that eventually everyone finds a way to work into the conversation. Like, so what's the deal with the Separate Ways video?
right.
But they're playing air instruments. The whole
Yes.
band is playing air instruments, which looked stupid no matter what.
Yes.
And then quick cut to them actually playing instruments. Later on, Kane is playing the keyboard on the wall. It's a cool keyboard. That was Jupiter 8.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But the multiple shots and turns toward the camera of Steve Perry
my God.
face, awesome. Yeah, so good. So earnest. They are
He believes it.
entertainers, though. He's right, they're not actors. I mean, the conceit of the video is stupid anyways. It's, you know, them
is.
singing. That's a, you know, there's a girl walking
Warehouse.
around, and yeah, and but it's so dumb. And at the end, she's like in bed and she wakes up, and supposedly she had dreamed the video.
Oh, God.
You know, but they say they call it out. They're like, our concepts were so inane.
I mean, you got to listen to good people, but I'm sure
Yeah.
they got pressure, and maybe the record company was like, "Hey, here's a hot director. This guy's been doing some great stuff, you know,
Right.
for Bananarama or something." And here,
Exactly.
they'll take care of you. Yeah, go with your instincts though, and be like,
Totally.
"No, this is cheesy. This is cheesy as shit."
I guess there was a lot of strife while making this video for a bunch of I guess the weather sucked and like
Oh, yeah.
other stuff. But then I guess Steve Perry's girlfriend, they weren't supposed to have like girlfriends or wives on the set, but his girlfriend, who is the Oh Sherry chick from
That's
that
right.
song, she was pissed off because he was cozying up to this other model in the video. And
I
then,
mean,
like, the
it's a
whole thing
video.
sounds like it was like a nightmare to deal with, and then they have to deal with the aftermath forever.
right.
Uh,
We did.
And then of course, like this one got shit on hard on Beavis and Butthead,
Yes, that's
which
right.
is, you know, I mean, it only makes sense that Beavis and Butthead would not like this song, right?
Of
But
course.
the keyboard guy Kane, he was pissed off. He was like, he called up MTV and tried to get him to stop playing it. 'Cause
Really?
He's like, yeah, he felt that Journey's videos had helped make MTV, which I mean, arguably kinda, but at the same time, dude, just deal with it. You made a huge pile of money. You're in one of the most famous and successful bands ever. Deal with it. You guys
Just
made
laugh
shitty
a little
video.
bit at it. Just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, this is cheesy as shit.
Uh-huh.
Like, we didn't want to do it. I mean,
Yep.
but you know, you do what you need to do.
Totally. And I mean, it's funny to make fun of now. I can't imagine they thought it was cool even then.
No way.
But you know, you got to do what you got to do. Someone had the idea. It was a bad idea, and they made a super cheesy video as a
It
result.
is. It's a great one.
Yeah.
I just love the song so much that it somehow the cheesiness of the video enhances the song.
It
You know what I mean?
definitely complements
'Cause
it. I agree.
Because it's a montage song too. Like you could
Yep.
see it in some sort of, you know,
Totally.
getting fit
Mhm.
montage, and it just works because that would be in
Yep.
a cheesy montage in an 80s film anyway. So it's like
Agreed.
perfect.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's a great one. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about with Journey?
That's what I've got.
Okay, moving on. Now we're at top two for me. This is right up there. This is We Built This City.
Who counts the money underneath the bar? Who rides the wrecking ball into our guitars? Don't tell us you need us, 'cause we're the super fools looking for America, coming through your schools.
Looking out over that Golden Gate Bridge on another gorgeous sunny Saturday, and I'm seeing that bumper to bumper traffic.
Don't you remember?
It's your favorite radio station in your favorite radio city, the city by the bay, the city that rocks, the city that never sleeps.
Cody plays the bumper. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city.
Man. Whew.
The
That's
whole
rough.
thing is great. The
Yeah,
whole thing.
it's pretty great. I mean, first of all, that song is trash. It's like the biggest piece of corporate trash song
Oh my god. Oh my
ever.
god. So do you know, like, so Bernie Taupin wrote this with a couple other people, and you see
Okay.
the song the song is to be critical of corporate dominated music. Like that's the point of the song.
It's the least self-aware thing ever.
Right? Because you can't do that. It's so hypocritical to do that and make the most glossy corporate like constructed song ever.
Yeah, and it's not good. Like
I don't know. I got a warm place.
Okay, fair enough. I know Homer Simpson likes it too, but like it's man, it uses all of the most dated tropes of the time in both the song and video.
Yes,
and it's opposite of that, but it's not. It's so shitty.
It's really shitty.
Yeah,
Grace Slick,
Starship.
Grace Slick seems so checked out during this time period too. Like she does not care.
Yeah, I don't think she cares at all, and
No.
I don't think she's ever. I mean, maybe back in the day she cared because she was really good back in the day.
She was, yeah.
But man, what a weird band that has gone through all of these transitions from Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship to just Starship.
I know.
I mean, it's clearly not even close to the same band.
Oh God, no. No.
You know, but man, this song, I there is something about it, like from a nostalgia thing, but I don't think it's a good song.
There's just something about, like, I would listen to it. There's just something about it.
Totally. I would also listen to it. But
And I don't, it's not a good song. I agree.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Gen X irony thing going on for me, but like,
yeah,
it's because it's
so
crappy.
cheesy and not self-aware at all. It is.
No. And the video is also
so ridiculous.
So cheesy. Yeah, this was on my short list also. I can't believe this is a #1 hit.
Oh my God, won a Grammy too.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess.
I mean, definitely my mom had this tape. Like we listened to this when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, I had
this,
the tape.
85?
Yeah. I had
85.
no idea what knee deep in the hoopla meant.
Nope.
As a kid.
Nope.
I just like this song because it's peppy. I mean, it is kind of like good for kids, I guess.
I like the chord progression too. I don't know. There's something about it.
There's something about it for sure. I just don't think it's good.
It's not good. No, it's not one of. It is a very guilty pleasure. Like like Never Gonna Give You Up or something.
Right. Oh, I think that's a better song than We Built This City.
Oh, they're about neck and neck for me. I mean,
really?
I just feel the same way. I it's so bad it's good at some level.
Oh, I think Never Gonna Give You Up is way better than We Built This City.
Oh, I mean, have you listened to it lately? It doesn't.
I've been rickrolled.
All right. Of course, yeah.
But that one, I don't know. Maybe it's just my disdain for late period Grace Slick. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. I respect her though. She was a great songwriter.
Totally.
Very early on, she knew how to play instruments, knew how to write songs. She's an artist. She retired from music not long after this.
Right.
And I think she's a painter and artist.
I believe it. I mean, they have one of the best albums of all time. Jefferson Airplane, the Surrealistic Pillow. Like what a classic.
Right. Yeah.
But that was many a year before.
That was in the 60s. So
yeah, and many a mountain of cocaine before also. Like this one just smacks of the cocaine fueled 80s, and someone thought this was a good idea, so they did it. They could have done something else too. But they did this.
This is a constructed song. Most of their hits were constructed songs. It's not them writing them anymore. Like the other, I can't remember the guy. Oh, is it who's the guy? Who's the dude that sings? It's his project now, or it has been since like the late 80s. Damn, I don't remember his name. But yeah, it was Grace Slick and this guy.
Mickey Thomas. Is it Mickey Thomas? Yeah.
He's like 15 years younger than she is. So he's in his like early 30s here. She's 49 here, I think. And he's like 33 or 34 or something. And then he carries on with the band, but all their hits are not written by them. So there are other ones. So we had Sarah off this album, which I have a warm place in my heart for Sarah.
I like it better than We Built This City, I guess.
And then they do one more album, I think, with Grace Slick. And that's got Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, of course, which was the other huge hit.
Right.
And they also did a song off the Cocktail soundtrack, which is Wild Again. I totally forgot about the song. I had that soundtrack. I loved that soundtrack back in the day. It's got Don't Worry, Be Happy. And
there's a bunch of songs.
Some Beach Boys, or Kokomo's on there, of course.
Yep.
And Wild Again from Starship. So, but that was kind of it for her. And then she was gone, and they released more albums after she was gone, but I don't recognize anything that they did post Grace. She's just kind of, I think she I don't know what it was.
Well, she was in and out of the band because she wasn't in it when they were Jefferson Airplane or Jefferson Starship.
Starship.
Well, because
Yeah.
it went Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship, and I don't think she was in it then because they had a
Right.
couple of hits.
They did.
Was that Jane? Is that that song?
I don't remember, but I think she was with them, but then left to go hang out with other members of the original Jefferson Airplane or something.
Okay.
And then came to Starship. I don't know. So they do consider them different bands because one, it's not a direct continuation of any of the original members, number one. But number two, there was lawsuits against each other for use of the name. Like they wanted to use Jefferson Starship, but couldn't. So then they had to use That's why they went to Starship instead of staying with Jefferson Starship. I don't know why you. Yeah. Anyway, it's typically voted as one of the worst songs ever written to ever chart, and for it to be a number one and one of the worst songs ever is pretty special, I gotta say.
Yeah, agreed. It's definitely special.
Yeah. All right, so that is my number two. I mean, I think we counted down all the way to your number one.
Yes, and my number one is Liberian Girl by Michael Jackson.
You love me, and he says so honestly. I love you, Liberian girl.
Who's directing this?
You know, even maybe you could have them rolled up with some kind of string that I could pull them up.
You know, things are kind of loose and stuff. You know what we're supposed to be doing?
Well, all I know is that Michael called me. I guess when he gets here, let me know what we're supposed to do.
Oh, you want it? Man, well, hey, I'm
Hey, Mikey?
No, but I think Bubbles is here.
Oh, that's from the Cosby Kids. And, there's the guy in L.A. Law, see? And there's the Incredible Hulk.
I mean...
Wow. That video is something else, man. Like, from arguably the king of the music video, right? He has some of the greatest videos of all time.
Yes.
This is the opposite of that.
What was he thinking?
Video, it's so I don't know, man. I think it's a joke that only Michael Jackson gets. Like, it's what it seems like. So, like, the premise is he invites all of his Hollywood friends to make the video for Liberian Girl, but in the end, it's revealed that he's been secretly filming them the whole time, just farting around on set. And he goes, "That's a wrap," and starts laughing, and that's the end of the video. What?
Wow.
It's first of all, it's really stupid, and it's so pandering, and it's just a who's who of everyone who was mildly popular at the time. It's like 20, 30 people. Of course, Weird Al is the best part.
He is the best part. Yeah.
Because it's so good. And I mean, he obviously made a bunch of Michael Jackson parodies, so I'm sure they were tight. I mean, and Bubbles the monkey's in it, or the chimp, sorry, ape.
Yeah.
Whoopi
Everybody.
Goldberg. Yeah, Apollo Creed. You got the Lou Diamond Phillips, Billy D. Williams, John Travolta. We saw Corey Feldman, Steven Spielberg, Debbie Gibson,
Suzanne Summers.
Yep. Lou Ferrigno.
Right. The Hulk.
David Copperfield is in it.
Oh, geez.
Danny Glover, Dan Aykroyd.
That's right.
Steve Guttenberg. There's so many people.
Doesn't Danny Glover have like this Michael part?
I think so. Maybe he does that. I don't know. I think I was
like
just kind of like mouth open the whole time watching this video. This is from Bad. This was the 9th single from Bad.
Yep.
An album that has 10 songs on it.
Yep.
This was a mega monster album, of course. This song didn't chart in the States, but it was a hit around the world in a bunch of countries.
5 number ones.
I don't really care for this song. Yeah, I think that sounds right. Not big into the Michael Jackson ballad. I mean, this is clearly filler on the album, but you know, better than some other filler because it's Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, and whatever.
Right,
but
for sure.
Probably the worst song on Bad. I mean, Bad is a killer album.
It is. It's got a lot of great
good
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So I just don't understand because it's not a music video at this point.
No, and they're just talking over the song.
They're just talking over the song.
Yeah. That's why it tops my cheeseometer. Because it's so lame and pandering and dumb, and it's like, hey, look at all these people I know. Oh, and I'm gonna play a joke on them because I'm a little trickster, you know. It's okay, Michael.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's worse than the Phil Collins one where it's kind of the making of the
Oh yeah,
making of the video. I don't remember what that was, but which yeah, something like that. Yeah, but a great album.
Yeah,
5 #1 hits, and you can't argue with that. But I'm surprised. I mean, he's like, let's just launch them all. Let's just put all the songs. Let's just launch them all and see what happens. And here it is.
Yep.
You got Liberian Girl.
Yeah, man, it's rough. It's so funny. It's like so bad it's funny, but it's so cringy at the same time. It's such a weird choice. I guess no one was saying no to Michael Jackson at this point.
Oh no,
because like on its surface, it's a dumb idea for a video.
Terrible idea,
especially a Liberian Girl. Like it doesn't make any sense.
No,
it has nothing to do with the song whatsoever.
Well, doesn't it start with a black and white of him and some chick?
Oh yeah, and then it moves
morphs?
on. Yeah, I think that's I think that's Beverly Johnson.
I can't remember.
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so it's kind of like I fooled you. It was going to be a sultry video, but nope. Nope.
Yeah, It's
just
a
shot.
A multi-level gotcha by Michael Jackson, the famous trickster.
Right, right. All right. No, that's a great one, and I forget. Yeah, it's an iconic one. Okay, so shall we move on? I'm sorry. What was that? I missed it.
Oh, I just said I'm speechless.
Speechless.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to my #1?
Yes.
Another classic, Obsession. Oh my.
That's good. I really like that song actually.
I love the song. The song is great.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm trying to give you props. This is a good choice of good song with a super cheesy video.
So cheesy. There's a lot to it too. Like there's just so much costume.
Yeah, there's gladiators and Cleopatra
Spartans
or whatever.
And Cleopatra and so much costume and so many different like places, sets kind of and it's all kind of bound together by this very nonchalant, not charismatic performance by the two lead singers.
Yeah, they definitely seem disinterested.
They do not want to do this, but it's like, well, you're putting in a lot of work to not be interested in this. I mean, you're changing costumes, you're in different sets, you're doing all these dance moves, and you just don't give a shit at all.
Yeah,
is the deal. Yeah, Obsession by Animotion hit number 6.
Crazy. That was a big hit. It's a bigger hit than I remember it being.
Yep. Number 6 on the Billboard.
Are they like they're a one-hit wonder? Yeah. Do they have other songs?
They're a one-hit. I know. Yeah. They're a one-hit wonder, and this isn't even theirs. This was written by Holly Knight and Michael DeBars. Holly Knight wrote Ragdoll, Love Is a Battlefield, and a bunch of other tunes.
Oh wow.
Michael DeBars was Murdoch from MacGyver.
No shit.
And was the frontman for Power Station after Palmer left.
Oh, weird. Okay,
how do I not know
what an interesting career.
Yes.
I had no idea. That's cool.
It's super cool. I tried to find their version of it because it was on a movie. It was written and recorded for a movie by Avildsen, who directed Karate Kid.
Okay.
A movie called A Night in Heaven. I guess it was pretty panned. I've never seen that movie. But I was looking for their version because I want to hear Murdoch sing. Like I want to know what he sounds like.
Apparently he was the singer for Power Station when they played Live Aid.
Yep, that's exactly right. And
Crazy.
On tour because Palmer left right before that, and they had to do a tour, so they brought in DeBars. Yeah, pretty cool.
He's a Marquis. He's the 26th Marquis DeBar. Weird.
I love this guy. He's my new favorite guy.
He's awesome. Yeah, this is great. So he wrote the Animotion song.
Yeah, with Holly Knight. The two of them together.
Okay.
Yep. And
Right
Holly
on.
Knight, I listened to her music today too, because I listened to her version of "Love Is a Battlefield." Not very good. She doesn't have the
Okay.
best voice, so she's a better writer
Good songwriter though.
than singer. Absolutely, like "Love Is a Battlefield" is a banger, absolute classic. So
She
yeah,
she
could
wrote
write.
for your girl Bonnie Tyler too.
Yeah, what did she do for Tyler? I can't
The
remember.
best. The best.
Forgot about that song. Of course. Yeah, another good one. Yeah, she's a good writer. I think Murdoch did or DeBar's did a few others, but
Okay.
I can't pull them right now.
Huh.
But just ridiculous. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're basically a one-hit wonder. It was another situation where they wanted to write, and the studio's like, guys, you performed this one great.
We have
Let's just
people for that. Yeah.
we have people who do that. You're not those people.
Right.
And so it didn't work out. They seem like a foreign band too. They don't seem like American, but they're
Yeah.
from LA.
Mm-hmm.
So
They definitely have like a Euro vibe. I
a Euro
guess.
vibe, right?
But this has all the 80s elements, like the sequenced synthesizer and then
Yeah.
80s slap bass, like the really
Yep.
plucky slap bass in there.
Boom,
This is a
ding,
good
ding, ding.
tune. Yeah.
It's a great tune. Yeah, this is an awesome tune. And In Dirt again, another one that just, even though
Yep.
there was just one of them,
This one shows
song.
up in movies and whatnot too.
Exactly. Yep. So that's both of our lists actually.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah, the best is when they take themselves super seriously in like the most cheesy situation ever.
Yep.
Like they're putting their heart and soul into it, and they've spent a lot of money, and it's super cheesy.
Uh-huh.
I have a list of, so I mostly went with songs that I like. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, go
Party
ahead.
All the Time. I don't. It's okay, but it just
Right.
fit. It was the cutoff line. But there are tons that are terrible songs with terrible videos
Yeah.
too.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Did you capture any of those? I think I made a list here.
Yeah, I mean, I have a short list of ones that were, for this topic. I mean,
Bring it.
Let's see what we got. I mean, obviously there's a couple of glaring ones that people always cite that we didn't pick. Dancing in the Street by Bowie and Mick Jagger.
Yes, exactly.
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 That's kind of like in like the Beatles territory for me. You know what I mean? I didn't want to touch that one. Because that one's so cheesy and
cheesy.
It's
But
like,
I also don't like the song. That's why I didn't
right.
choose it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I just picked it because I didn't pick it because I felt it would be a little on the nose. But I mean, you can't argue with those two dudes
No.
dancing around in pastel shirts or whatever.
Doing like kicks.
Yeah, that's pretty great. What else? I mean, the other
Rock Me
Billy
Tonight.
Squire, Rock Me
Yeah,
Tonight.
course.
That one. I think that one's just really shitty and what
It
a
is
bad move.
so bad.
That was
So
basically
bad.
a career ender for him, and he's rolling around on the floor in his like
Oh
pink
god.
leotard and whatnot. It's it's pretty bad. Let's see. There's some more modern ones that I tried to
Okay.
find. Birthday by Katy Perry. That one's pretty cheesy.
It's pretty cheesy.
It's her dressing up as a bunch of different characters and performing at
Yep.
birthday parties, and it does another one of the things that adds to the cheesiness of videos where they talk over the music too, or cut to like a cutaway from the song where they're
Yep.
talking at the party and then cut back to it.
Yes.
That one's pretty bad.
There's another modern one. Did you see this one? The Lazy Song by Bruno Mars. It's him and a bunch of people with monkey masks on.
Oh no, I missed that one.
Oh my god. It's
Pretty
like,
bad.
because Bruno's pretty image conscious.
Sure.
And you have to check out this. I should have grabbed it just so
Okay.
that we could see it, but I didn't include it because the song is absolute shit. Like if you do you know I'm a big Jack Johnson hater, so if you know the song
Yeah.
Banana Pancakes, it's like that level of cheese. It's a horrid song.
Okay.
Eating banana pancakes and doing the dance. So cheesy.
No thanks.
But the Lazy Song is just about him. I'm like, he's basically saying, I'm home today. I'm not going to do anything. And that's it. Like, that's what the song's about. It's really bad. And it's him and a bunch of Planet of the Apes masked people around him. And they're all doing like these little moves. And he's in front of his couch or in front of the TV. And it's super, super bad. Super cheesy.
It sounds pretty bad. I have
Yeah,
not seen that one.
You're going to have to see it. You're going to have to check it out. Ice Baby is another one that's
Yeah, that
really
one's pretty
bad.
bad.
But the song's not good either. So.
Too Legit to Quit by Hammer.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
That one's like a 15-minute movie.
Oh, I should have
that
grabbed
just sucks. And it's similar to like Liberian Girl, where they interview a bunch of celebrities and and it's supposedly like Hammer is dead or he disappeared or whatever. And they're like, oh man, I can't believe Hammer is not around anymore. And then of course he's around. James Brown's in the video, and then it just sucks. It's really bad, and it's like 15 minutes long. So it's got like an 8-minute movie at the beginning, and
I
and
remember that.
and it had
Yeah.
the Too
Yeah.
Legit. Mm-hmm.
But I remember it was a big video. I think maybe he was
Yep.
doing the Michael Jackson move.
I think so. I mean, it was that time. He was a mega star too, so they had the clout
Megastar.
and the money, and people would watch it.
Did you catch the Insane Clown Posse Miracles video?
No, I haven't seen that
Oh
one.
my god, it kind of reminds me of Diddy's "I'll Be Missing You."
Oh, okay. Oof.
Kind of it's a little heartfelt for the Insane Clown Posse. So
They have
it's
their
very
moments. They have their moments.
You should check it out. It's really bad.
Okay. I think those guys are actually at least mildly self-aware.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you can't not be, but yeah, their whole conceit with them is that it's absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous. The other one that I almost included, just missed my list, but same reason I don't literally like the song, is "Physical" by Olivia Newton-John. It is such a bad video. It is so bad. But I didn't include it because I don't like the song.
Maroon 5 has this song "Misery" by Maroon 5. That video was terrible. That has like the worst. It's like him trying to be sexy with some girl.
Yes.
And then they keep fighting, and the fight scenes are so bad. It's impossibly bad. Like, it just looks so dumb.
They can't do anything right.
And no, that one's pretty rough. What else did I have?
go
Moment.
ahead.
Heat of the Moment was pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
There's so many. Hurt So Good by John Mellencamp. That one's pretty bad.
God. Yeah.
He's like performing at like a diner, and it's like, it's not good.
I have others that are cool that were on bad lists, but I think they're really good. And like "Addicted to Love." Robert Palmer. Like, I mean, that's a great video.
Fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah, it's iconic.
That doesn't
as
make
hell.
any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Or like "Sledgehammer Big Time" by Gabriel. Those are the ones that I'm like, those are amazing. I mean,
that's
yes,
ridiculous.
Dated,
that's like an
but
art piece, I guess.
They're art
like
pieces.
Whoever made that list, I think, probably didn't get it. Like, I don't think those are cheesy or bad. They're weird and experimental.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And
anytime
cool,
you
I
see
think.
like a Kate Bush video or something, it's the same way. It's like an artistic statement.
I guess people don't get it. I mean, well, I don't know that. I mean, that one video where everyone's like waving their arms, the Kate Bush one.
Yeah, that's one's so cheesy.
That one's pretty cheesy. But yeah, there's. I mean, I guess there's an element of cheese or weirdness with Kate Bush. And I like Kate Bush.
Weird.
I think she's pretty great. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I mean, there's some other ones that are just cheesy looking, like "Wake Me Up" by Wham. Do you remember that one where they have? Yeah, it is awesome. That's a good song. But I mean, like they have like booty shorts on, and, and the Choose Life shirts, and then like George Michael has some iconic facial expressions in that video.
Oh, and big ass eyebrows.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, that's a great one. There's others that became memes too. Like I consider the "Dancing in the Streets" as more of a meme one.
Totally. Yeah.
There were some other ones too that I found, like "Love You Tender." Did you see this? This is a 70s song by Army and Danny. Kind of this I think it's a Swedish duo, and it is super cheesy, but it's become more of a meme. It was never.
Oh,
really
okay.
Like a big
I
thing.
didn't see that one.
Or like or "I'm Too Sexy," I think is another kind of cheesy one, but it's kind of a meme, and that's a great song.
That one, I thought that was at least partially ironic.
Yes,
right?
of
like
course.
Those, like, you know what I mean? Like the cheese factor comes in when, like you said, like when people are taking themselves really seriously. Like you can't take yourself seriously if you're saying "I'm too sexy for my cat."
Right.
You know?
What do you think about that?
Right.
There's also kind of on many lists, there was the worst video ever made, but I didn't include it because I don't know that it was released, but it definitely people listened to it a lot. And it's a song called "Losing You" by Jan Terry, who is some sort of DJ, I think, in the Midwest somewhere. And I watched it today. It is a phenomenal video where it has just got the cheesiest. It's another one where it must have cost money to do because there's a lot of shots and a lot of cutting together. But it's like her around town and then her going to an airport and taking off and leaving. And it's, losing you, but she leaves. It's a very strange thing. And she's like an older DJ. It's like a middle-aged woman. It's not this young, trying to make a hit. And she doesn't have a very good voice either. Anyway, "Losing You." You should look that one up too. That's a great one.
I'm sure there's a lot of really shitty videos with low production quality that were made for like not big hits.
personalities, and then
Yeah.
they just didn't go anywhere. Yeah, probably right. But no, this has been an amazing. This is a super fun one to do. Just
Yeah,
to
it
watch
was
these,
fun.
These crazy.
There's some
videos.
good ones.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we hit it?
No, I think that's all I had.
All right. Well, awesome. So yeah, if you're listening at home and you want to actually see these videos too, I mean, you could look up the videos on your own, but watch the, we do play a minute or so of each video and some of the best parts. So you could just catch this on X or catch it on YouTube and watch the videos with us too. But they're pretty ridiculous. So anyway, yep. Thanks, Briggs. And thanks everybody for watching. We will catch you next week on Ultimate Playlist. See you then. Goodbye.